Okay, give me a second to share this with a few groups, and then we can proceed. Also wondering what is what is up with this one. I couldn't see comments properly on this page, but heck, that is what it is. I might have to turn it on my phone, but it does mess things up. I'll just have to remember to check every once in a while. So let's share this with a few groups, and then let's go. Hold on a second. Okay, so one group down, 3 more to go. Also, sometimes I have this sinking feeling that I might accidentally share this to the wrong group. I hope it doesn't happen. Okay, there we go. Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Magic Arena Run. Without further ado, let's do another draft of Phyrexia. All will be one. Our first draft was kind of in the middle. Actually, I probably should be doing a few more just to at least get this one to gold. I don't know if I can get to gold in this one, but we shall see. I'm actually hoping so. Though as far as this is a second draft, I'm not too confident. Well, okay, this one is a bit interesting. This is a really good 7-drop. Kinda wish it had haste. Okay. If I did not take this one, what are the cards that I would most likely take? It'll probably be Charge of the Mites. I might take Magmatic Sprinter on the assumption of going into green-red oil. I could just take this. We could as a blue splash, we can still be in green-red that way, or red-white. If you go in equipment, that is a lot of non-creature spells that kind of count as creatures. So I will take Ovika, though I feel like in reality this might be too slow. Ketek might be a bit faster, but this one is this one might be slightly better. Again, because if I'm not picking this, what am I picking here? Charforger gives us another creature. Actually, the sacrifice part is the poorest part here. I guess I could just take the Ravenous Necrotitan, but I would rather. But I'm not so sure if I want to be dipping into double blue. I could take Hazardous Blast. Churning Reservoir is an option. Furnace Strider is probably the safest pick here. Yeah, I might take the Furnace. I'm probably gonna take the Furnace Strider. That's the safest one. But we really need to pick a lot of cheaper cards at this point. Volshock Splitter is not cheap enough for that. Branchblight Stalker is something I would prefer to do. Prophetic Prism opens us to splashing, which I would like to be able to do. Axiom Engraver is the safe pick. Because we're expecting a lot of Toxic, there is emphasis on getting a lot of cheap creatures, so Axiom Engraver might not be the worst thing to take. It will trade with the Branchblight Stalker. It will stall out most of the white 1 and 2 drops. Yeah, I'm actually gonna take this one first. Because I'm not even too convinced that we're gonna be able to splash into green. Blazing Crescendo is pretty good. Shieldred's Edict is our first solid removal here, so I might actually take that. There is a Lattice Blade Mantis, which will give us a solid 4-drop. I don't really want to get into black though, even though most of the removals there. It does mean that we have to focus on red removal when we get to that, so we'll keep that in mind. I'll take the Lattice Blade Mantis first. Okay, Shrapnel Slinger is a pretty good one. There's a Monument to Perfection, which is awfully slow. Journeyer's Kite was never a fast card back in the day. This is not fast either. Okay. There's a Furnace Skull Bomb, which I would like to take, but we'll take the Shrapnel Slinger. So white looks like it looks like white is actually the one that's open here. So we might not even go into green, we might go into white instead. There is a Mirren Bardiche, which is fine if it was not too expensive. We could go into blue, though. Let's see. This one's too expensive. This one's not great. I'll take the Zealot. I'm not so sure which one of these two I would get into. And doesn't look like this is helping, so we'll take the Terramorphic Expanse here. That's the safest pick. At least I know I want to be in red. But now I need to know what else I'm gonna be, what is gonna support the red. Because right now it's just a bunch of solid commons, hoping to land into a rare that's way too late. That's very late. So let's see. There's Vanish into Eternity. That is removal, just also very slow. Sawblade Scamp keeps me in red. Prophetic Prism allows me to splash. I think I will take one Prophetic Prism here. The Scamp is fine, but it's just very replaceable if you ask me. Okay, there is a Maze Skull Bomb. There's a Carnivorous Canopy. There is a Malcator's Watcher, which is actually, which I am okay splashing for. It's 1/1 Flying Vigilance, so it can still attack. It can still trade with a lot of the white stuff. Do I now take the Hazardous Blast? If I end up in white red aggro, actually any form of aggro, I really want to take this. It's definitely better than Orthodoxy Enforcer at this point. Yeah, we'll take the Hazardous Blast here. We have way too many 4-drops though. Well, I did say I want to take some cheap creatures here, so we'll take the Synthesizer. So we are solid white, red, blue at this point. But now we need to have something to fill out the rest. I'll keep this here. Actually, unless I see something else in the other colors, I can stick to just red, blue. Again, not the best. We don't have much in the way of removal. I could take Experimental Augury or another Prologue. Both of these are fine. Yeah, I'm gonna end up taking one of these two. I don't want. There's a Chimney Rabble, which is probably better than either the Strider or some. Yeah, I think I'll take the Chimney Rabble. Cause this one might. No, I think I should take one of these two. I think I will take the Experimental Augury just to have some proliferate here. Hey, we got Mirrex, so it fixes our colors for 1 turn and it starts producing tokens, so that is a good option. Not hitting any of the red removal. We might be forced to take blue removal. And there's also Ruthless Predation. This is a nod for going into green because I didn't see any of the good white removal. I really want to avoid going to blue. I might just take the Mirrex, but yeah, I think I will take them. I think I will take the Mirrex. It fixes mana, even if it's just for a turn. Yeah, we might have to go into white because this is a planar disruption. It's really late. This one is not so great. Yeah, none of these are quite great. This one is fine. Yeah, I might be forced to take a planar disruption here, which means the Porcelain Zealot is not the best splash, but well, we got a second one, so that is an argument for going into white now. We should be on the lookout for a lot of the cheaper cards as well. Also, should do an artifact count, though technically it's just the Watcher and the Prophetic Prism. Shrapnel Slinger tends to get sacrificed to itself, so that doesn't really count. Spirit's Ascent. Yeah, these two don't quite help. White tends to get split in the middle. That's the issue. But I do have to take something. And we do have some oil counter strats, so I'm gonna take that for now. There's another Engraver. There's a Tablet of Completion. Put an oil counter, add. This is super slow, but it's better than anything else we have here. We might end up also going white-blue actually at this point. Yeah, I probably don't. I could actually just take the bring to ending there also. Now we'll take the free from flesh. We do have to do a creature count. We have way too many non-creatures at this point. Maybe the Volshock Splitter is a good pickup at this point. Or maybe the Mesmerizing Dose, although it's really, again, really slow. Yeah, we're kind of settling into the worst possible, one of the worst possible colors. But at the, wait, what did you get? Mono White Toxic. Wow, that is kind of unexpected. That is a bit unexpected. Like, how did they decide to give you mono white of all things? I expected that to be one of the colors that everyone fights over. I think I'll take the retrofitter here. We do have a few artifacts, but honestly speaking, this is not looking very good. I could just cut the red altogether, go for white, except now that it's between Planar Disruption and Volt Charge. There is a Cephalopod Sentry. I don't know if that will come back, because it's really between Planar Disruption and Volt Charge at this point. We don't have enough creatures, but I don't want another Planar Disruption. Yeah, I think we do take the Volt Charge here. We probably want to consider cutting cards like Prologue to Phyrexia. Augury is still fine because that is Proliferate. Let's see. Because the red can easily be cut if I can get into a lot of white. We don't have much in the way of equipment though. So there is the Jawbone Duelist, which is kind of soft. Bladecraft Aspirant. I'll take the Duelist for now. Then watch the next few picks not have enough white, and I'm back to square one with just splashing the 2 Planar Disruptions. Not well, though in this case we are starting to get a few more white cards here. I might take the Basilica Shepherd. We do have an Orthodoxy Enforcer, and we do have some artifact strats, but I think I want to take this Basilica Shepherd at this point. Yeah, we can put the Porcelain Zealot in. Let's start cutting some of the red. Like the Forge Hammer's a bit on the weak side. The Churning Reservoir doesn't quite fit now. There's the Insight is a bit on the poor side. Mandible, Justiciar is fine. It's fine. It is another early creature. We're kind of focusing on early creatures now. Let's see. I'm still willing to keep some of the early stuff. But yeah, if we look at our colors, it's really bad. I might be forced to take a Trail of Possibility just to go through the rest of the cards. Actually, no, I can take a Gold Warden Helm. That shores up our white even more, but it looks like it's starting to dry up. Well, there's a Mind Splice Apparatus for at least I'm rare drafting in the worst case. Also, because this is technically a 4-drop, we do have some space for 4-drops. Yeah, so someone else can have the Mind Splice Apparatus. Another Prophetic Prism Snow. Blade of Shared Souls is kind of... I'm willing to try it. But now, how do we fix our mana? Right now, we only have the Mirex, 1 Terramorphic Expanse, 1 Prophetic Prism. So we really want to be careful of our double colors. I'm trying to find ways to cut out as much white as possible, much white or much red possible. I could take another Fisher, but we have way too many 5-drops already. I'll take the Surgical Bay. Yeah, since we're pretty much solid in blue at this point. Immobilizer buys us some time. Actually, no, we'll take the Cephalopod Sentry now. Let's do an artifact sanity check. 8 artifacts, yeah, we can take this. Let's see, there's an Atlas to help us fix mana. There's a Leonin Lightbringer that kind of works. We actually have kind of enough creatures, so I'm willing to take the Atlas here. Actually, I might, yeah, let's take the Atlas. I'm more than willing to run it. There's a retrofitter up to one target. Yeah, this is the one I want. We'll take these. We'll take this. We're definitely in white blue at this point. So we're gonna start cutting a bunch of our red cards here, and hope I did not mess up that badly. 4 crawling chorus. Oh my gosh. Why can't I get your table? Or why can't I get your seat? Well, you can't always get other people's seats as much as you'd like. Anyway, let's these go in. Definitely want to cut as much red as possible. So Hazardous Blast goes. We have enough early drops in white, so we can actually say cut the Free from Flesh. Cut the Axiom Engraver. We can still keep the Shrapnel Slinger because that can be artifact removal. The Mesmerizing Dose is kind of fine. The Retrofitter is kind of fine. We need to do a Toxic check. Actually, I don't think we have enough, so Porcelain Zealot can go. Yeah, Basilica Shepherd can probably go. Also, it will ease up our mana quite a bit. Yeah, we have kind of enough flyers anyway, so we can go with that. So I need preferably cut 2 more cards. I can get away with cutting 1 more card though. I could just cut the Meldwebs. Well, let's see. We still have 11 artifacts. I can easily cut the Meldweb Strider here. Also, because what's our power toughness check? We don't have a reliable 3 power creature. Yeah, we don't have a reliable 3 power creature. The Meldweb Strider is going to be a 1-shot. We can cut that. So 5 plains, 5 island, 4 mountain. The 4 mountain is correct. I'm willing to actually cut this down to 3 mountains since I'm willing to cut this down to 3 mountains, go up to 7 islands, 6 islands and 1 surgical bay. There is an argument for cutting 1 more white card. Okay, so we see 12-12 here. We have two pieces of equipment, so the splitter and the Gold Warden Helm. So realistically, we actually have 14 creatures. In that case, I probably still want to cut a non-creature. Yeah, probably the Eye of Malcator can go. I don't think we have enough artifacts for that. Yeah, this one's gonna be a bit of a stretch. It's another adventure into what may be, not the. It's as if well, I guess we can say that a lot of the good cards tend to get cut really quickly. So actually, we had a good pack tree in the sense that we got some decent white cards. Doesn't help if our opponent has ways to sacrifice, but there's still pretty good early lockdown cards for the most part, so I can kind of survive on that. So definitely white blue. We don't need this until a lot later. We can at least go for this one. Kind of need some help to hit our 3rd mana. So what could we lose? Probably either the Dose or the Atlas. Yeah, well, I think if our opponent's worried about us going into many colors, we probably lose the Atlas. It's also an extra artifact here. No, they're worried about removal, so we lose the Dose. But now we still have, and thankfully, if we hit our 3rd mana, we kind of hit our 4th mana. If we don't hit our 3rd mana, that's a problem. Voidwing Hybrid, at least we can block. Okay, we missed our drop. The good news is it has Flying and Vigilance, so opponent has to decide if they want. Opponent might also have removal. Yeah, we're seeing another. It looks like a lot of people are playing blue-black, all things considered. Okay, they're not. Well, we did hit our third. We did hit our third mana. Now I'm concerned that the Phyrexian Atlas might get countered. Not like I have much of a choice though. I'm gonna swing anyway. Yeah, it's gonna be suspicious if we don't go for it, so we have to go for it. If our opponent has a counter, so be it. No, let's it go. Okay. So opponent goes prologue to Phyrexia. Okay, this is starting to look like a constructed deck. Let's see how many of these our opponent was able to get. I could have gone with that plan, but I figure it was kind of dry also. Shield Dread's head. Okay, so it's mostly... If our opponent's now tempted to... Oh, they're still not swinging. Okay. So I can drop this. I can also drop this to draw a card, then discard the card. See if we can hit Ovika. I could also drop this. It gives us a 4/5. This, you have to remember, this does not have flash. Yeah, we'll play this one first. We're not going to attack though. Actually, I could have swung with... Opponent's kind of missing another black, but they might... I think they have removal already at this point. Annihilating Glare can already... Oh wait, Annihilating Glare needs another black. If no, they're just going to draw Skullbomb. Okay. What card? Well, they don't have a creature card. They might just draw a card. Are they really missing? No, they have their own Mesmerizing Dose. Okay. Now note that. Okay, also going for the Proliferate. I think they're going to try to get us with Proliferate here. Opponent could have. Yeah. Yeah, we can't play defensive anymore. The 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 6 mana now. At least we draw first. If we hit the land, I will hold on to it because it's a... I actually want the Mesmerizing Dose now. I'm not going to risk swinging though. Our opponent only has like a few cards left. Opponent is just drawing a card. Okay. There's also the temptation. If we hit Ovika, if we hit the mana for Ovika, do we just drop him right away, give it haste, and just hold back with the rest? Because the disaster situation is if our opponent has another Mesmerizing Dose. No, feed the infection, we lose 3 life, but that's kind of fine at this point. Opponent also loses 3 life. If our opponent... Okay, opponent's not swinging. Okay, we hit the Planar Disruption. Ah, it's a shame. We don't have this one down yet. So I actually want to hold on to this. Opponent might have a bounce effect or something? No, they're... Yeah, we're gonna hold on to the Mesmerizing Dose for now. I think our opponent has a bounce effect to like reset the Head Cleaver. It's a Head Cleaver, right? Yeah, it's a Head Cleaver. Opponent finally hits their second black mana. Let's see what they do drop. Actually, the lack of anything dropping is a really big concern here. We do hit our 7th mana. I kind of want to attack first. See if we can limit what our opponent has. Mind Splice Apparatus for flash. Okay, sure. Our opponent could still have a counter spell. Anoint with Affliction. Yeah, we have enough for that. So we lose that, but that's fine because now our opponent doesn't have enough counter. So we can now drop Ovika. And now let's hope our opponent doesn't have another Anoint with Affliction because these are easy to come by if our opponent gets okay. No, Aspirant is fine. Ooh, okay. So we're gonna go with the Gold Warden Helm first. Then let's see. We go for the Voidwing Hybrid. Yeah, and opponent concedes. We actually survived long enough to hit Ovika and get there. I was actually concerned our opponent would have an answer to that, but, well, knock on wood, we got our first win. Still a bit hair-raising. That was actually... Yeah, the Phyrexian Altar was correct. We did not end up hitting our red mana naturally. So, let's see. Yep, we still had the Prophetic Prism, Phyrexian Atlas. Technically 4 ways to fix our mana if you count the Mirex as not a one-shot. So... one can argue that that's kind of 4. So yeah, I think we had enough. We don't need to shave anymore. Though I am still kind of tempted to shave a bit. We are heavy in double blue. We ended up cutting the Basilica Shepherd because that's a double white pressure that we don't quite need. Could I have cut? Well, no, that one's already a bit on randomness now. I don't think cutting I don't think cutting an additional plains for an additional island would necessarily work. I think the mana math is quite fine. Now let's just see if we can keep going here. Okay, now we kind of want the artifact first, but we could just experimental augury if it gets that. Skull. Yeah, this one's slightly awkward in that you want the artifact first before this drops down. Draw Skull Bomb, that's fine. Another draw Skull Bomb. I think our opponent likes to draw Skull Bombs way too much. Anyway, we drop the Gold Warden Helm now. The next turn we can either drop Sentry or we can drop the Retrofitter. Retrofitter means we get the 2/2 and a 4/4. Opponent's now into drawing cards. If you're drawing cards this early, that's a problem. Opponent might have removal? Oh no, I think it's just to crack the... They might just crack the Skull Bomb again. So we now have Blade of Shared Souls as an option, though it does get kind of weird. So I could still swing with this though. Also, this is an Orthodoxy Enforcer, so opponent needs another artifact. Let's assume they have the other artifact soon. That makes Cephalopod Sentry actually a very good drop here because it will be able to block this. Gladiator is... Okay, they actually have a Lightbringer. I now want to just drop artifacts. Oh wait, Shrapnel Slinger... Shrapnel Slinger, sacrifice this, take out the draw Skull Bomb. That's a plan. So they're back to 0 artifacts. So we have and let's make ourselves a 4/5. So next turn, if our opponent doesn't have anything, we can technically win. Yeah, I figured they'd have another artifact, but wow, I think they stalled out. Yeah, they stalled out. We got there. Yeah, blue is not the strongest color, but they do have some good synergies. I think sometimes you just have to work with what you got, and sometimes what you got works. I will note that we don't really have any bomb artifacts, any real bombs in our deck. Ovika is kind of our bomb, and it's not a reliable one at that. Yeah, our rare check. Yeah, we got a bunch of rares we don't really want. We don't really want for limited. Blade of Shared Souls is kind of mediocre in this deck. Like, what's the best creature we can probably copy? I guess anything or 4 drops down and up can be a good one. Yeah, we don't. Yeah, we're really just running on 2 rares for the most part, and hoping the synergy gets us there. So all the pressure is gonna be on having a good early game. If we can't get a good early game to start with, we are not getting it. But yeah, now the more I think of it, if you can play fast enough, you don't need rares, you just need really good aggro. That's why you notice I was pressuring myself to find, well, we can't keep this. We can keep this just on the back of these two. We will probably cut the splitter here because that's our splash color. Opponent also mulled, so at least we're both on the same boat. I kind of want to play Mandible just in case we hit the Retrofitter. Jawbone Duelist is fine. Actually, no, we'll play the Duelist first. Let's see if our opponent has a follow-up here. This is double strike, but realistically, we're not getting them with poison. Opponent goes Planar Disruption, so at least, yeah, not the worst card to take. Not the worst card to disrupt here, because this is not my real strat. Actually, they would have gotten a clue if with the blue here, though I suspect they might be suspecting Proliferate. Okay, points in white-green, so they are... At least we are hitting our drops, so that's the good news. I don't know if there's a combat trick or not, but I'm glad we have a 4/4 at least. Opponent goes charged with the mites. We can block one of them. The other we'll take 1 poison on the other one. Indoctrination Attendant. Most likely bounce a land, sure. Yeah, I suspect. Oh, opponent's holding back. Now, this is where it gets tricky. I can swing with this. I know our opponent would not block. But also note that our opponent's plans to poison us, so our life total is not quite relevant here. I suspect they have another charge with the mites. We really need to hit our 5th mana to drop Quicksilver. I'm going to block one of these. The number of poison we're getting is the same anyway. I'm just expecting a combat trick. Complete Devotion. Sure. The damage is not quite relevant here because the toxic is the same no matter how much. It does draw them a card, but so sure. Now let's see what their next drop is. Infectious Bite. Yeah, just double checking. Unfortunately, it is one-way destruction, so that is a bit awkward. I guess we are now dropping the... Yeah, we should have just taken one diesel. I forgot this was not actual fight. So you can go Blade of Shared Souls, but it just copies the Retrofitter. Not great. We'll lock down the Attendant here. Yeah, we now have to hold back. This has Toxic, but the Toxic's not quite relevant in this position. Ooh, this is... Yeah, this is what I was concerned about. Our opponent can just now bounce this back. It undoes everything we did. Okay, we can discard this safely. That's the good news. But now I kind of want to... I definitely want to block these two. I'm going to have to take hits here. Cleansing Raptor. It gives it +1/+... Okay, so this one flies, so we'll be taking that anyway. That's a given. Yeah, we'll take that. Crawling Chorus. Opponent really wanted that early. We kind of need the blockers now, but I think I can afford to swing with one. Yeah, Proliferate. The Furnace Strider is a bit on the late side. We can use it as a blocker. And thankfully this is an ETB, so I only have to worry about this once. I think I actually just played this. So it makes the token. I copy this. I will not get the ETB, which is fine in this case. But yeah, we will go down to 9. At least 9 poison, that's the problem. The question, can we still beat our opponent over with that? I know I can hit for 8. If they have a blocker, probably not. Because I need to hit them for 12. Yeah, this guarantees the 8 goes through. Yeah, not enough. So there's our first loss. Not so great. You reach. Hey, congratulations! You made it to master. I kind of stalled out on mine. Well, I'll just do it. I'll just do it next time. Actually, this would be but it's actually that's nice. Congrats on making master rank. Actually, I'm actually more excited about what we can get in the next. I'm actually more excited about what we're going to get with the next reset. Like we got Pokemon Day coming up. That's clearly one new. That clearly means one new Pokemon, among other good things. I hope. So yeah, look. Let's see what we get for that one. Okay. This is a bit slow, but we got the turn 2 Prophetic Prism, turn 3 Unctus's Retrofitter. Yeah, I think the hindsight is I misread that one card. I definitely want to go Retrofitter first, though I am concerned. Well, we have Atlas anyway, so Retrofitter is not the worst. Now, if our opponent swings with this, I'm just gonna take the poison counter for now. Yeah, we're looking at a lot of green-white again. This is kind of the deck to beat. It's either green-white or green-red. Red-white is somewhere in the middle. Let's see where our opponent drops here. Because thankfully this is still technically one poison counter a turn. Leonin Lightbringer. Opponent might actually, yeah, opponent's gonna hold back. Can double block. Ooh, hold on. So I could drop this as an extra blocker. I could swing with this now, force our opponent to trade that off, in which case I'm fine. Yeah, we're losing our 4-4, but if our opponent's not giving up. Hey Philip, thank you for liking the stream. How are you doing? Oh yeah, to also thank. So yeah, how has everything been with you guys this year? We're almost at the end of the first quarter of the year. One more month. Opponent drops Rib Skiff. We can take that out. Well, they'll draw a card, so that's fine. If our opponent swings with the Lightbringer, I'm also fine with that. So yeah, oh yeah, I forgot. I forgot. I can act. What can I respond? Just tap mana? That's not the. Well, I'm actually glad they gave us the option. Oh, opponent's going with both. Okay. I think that is a genuine oops because there is no Phyrexia. There is no Phyrexia mana effects. So knowing that, I could Volt Charge this and just pay the ward too. So this, then our opponent could swing in with this one. Actually, this is a 4-4, so I can actually just drop this. So if our opponent wants to swing through that, I'm fine. I am kind of willing to trade. I'm actually also just willing to take the hit. Indoctrination Attendant probably bounces the Rib Skiff. They can draw a card again later. In which case, oh no, they bounced the. No, opponent. Okay, opponent concedes there. That was pretty doing good today. I am actually feeling quite fine. Okay, maybe my progress in the games are not going that well. As you can see, I'm still kind of stuck in silver here. I'm probably gonna have to play a few quick drafts off stream. But life is not always about catching up to the next rank. Sometimes it's about enjoying the journey getting there. I personally enjoyed all the festivals, so that is a good one. In terms of daily life, yeah, things are going quite slow, but I can say that in all things I'm still quite blessed. I cannot complain. I can't complain that much. I can say that it's actually quite happy that our opponent is going white blue Dune Mover. So we will play Icar Synthesizer first because that gives us a blocker. Though our opponent did not have a response. I can try dropping the Planar Disruption here because it will put oil counters on this whether it resolves or not. Yeah, I kind of want to play I actually want to play the Justice Shard first. Let's see if our opponent has a counter spell. Nope. So we can let that go. Let it go. Opponent has a flat. Okay, so this is the flash creature. I'm okay taking a hit from here. Because I will still have this available. Oh, they do have their own Mandible. Okay. So you can play this. So let's see. Any of these can block it, so that's still kind of annoying. Can't really do anything about that. I will lock down. I will lock down the Incisor Glider. Because, yeah, I'm taking hits from the Chrome Prowler. If our opponent swings a Chrome Prowler, I am willing to just block with Synthesizer Watcher. That draws us another card. If our opponent goes for that, I am willing to take the tree. Let's see. Just because... And, okay, it's just a tap. Sure, that's not... Oh, no, there's this... No, that is a strat. Okay, we got nice combat trick. So, yeah, we definitely want double white. We'll play the Fiend now. We are in danger from these guys here. Opponent is just drawing a card, so... Okay, no. So... we discard the Terramorphic Expanse. We already have our red mana. So we're gonna see what our opponent drops next here. Oh, come on, don't... Well, they did spend 6 mana for it, but man, that's really expensive removal. I have to take for now. It's very painful. There's an Aug... Yeah, we'll play the Augury first. We're not really proliferating anything. Yeah, we'll take the Cephalopod Sentry and hope to hit a land later. Thankfully, we're still able to hit with this. Crawling Chorus. Okay, that's actually not very bad right now. We actually got them on a standstill. And now we can drop Ovika and hope they're now in top deck mode. No, but unfortunately so are we, so that might be an issue. I could start swinging with this one now. We can block one of these. What we take? 3, 4, 5, 6. No, we still... Actually, there's an argument for swinging with just this one. So I do want to start trading some cards off. But I will only feel secure the moment I'm able to cast a non-creature spell. The one thing I'm glad about this is that, okay, opponent is going for it. Opponent probably has a combat trick, can't really do anything about it. Charge of the Mites. That's okay. Yeah, he gains quite a bit of life. I do draw another card. We're flooding. Worst possible. Oh, we're really flooding. This is how we lose. Now I have to hold back. Unbelievable. Game decides to give us... And thankfully, that's a whiff. Okay, this one's annoying though. Opponent might start swinging with their toxic creatures. Okay. Yeah, the way this works is that it will set it into a 4/4. It doesn't have vigilance, so, and I really need blockers, so we're going to pass. I won't feel comfortable until I can cast a non-creature spell. That's a non-creature spell. That gives us enough bodies on the floor at least. Opponent now starting to dig. Opponent is... Okay, what's the next thing we want to lock out? And there we go. We generated enough blockers to survive. Woo! That was close. That was close. I'll take it. That was close. Oh yeah, there is also a reason for me not to feel pressure about the rank. I gave up 1 week to play sealed, so there we go. And that does not contribute to rank at all. Anyway, we did get 4 wins, so not too bad. Let's see if we can keep going. I'm actually surprised we made it this far. Like, somehow we keep ending up with the really average decks, but sometimes it lines up. Okay, two of the games we won off the back of Ovika. But actually, Unctus is not so bad also at the least in giving us a 4/4 when we need it. Our opponent had the much. If it was just about white blue artifacts, our opponent had the much better tempo deck. If we kept bricking on our draws, we were certainly dead. Okay, got turn 2 Justiciar into a turn 3 Prism. If I draw another land, there is an argument for dropping the Prism first, so that I can. It actually depends on our opponent's deck, because I might want to Volt Charge. I might also just want the creature, like Copper Longlegs. Okay, I don't really want the creature in this case. I do want the extra draw. Okay, perfect. We hit the land. Now our opponent. So taking a hit. Sure, not the worst thing to happen. And actually, we can now play the Retrofitter safely because, yeah, we have all our colors now. We are missing double blue, so that might be an issue. Yeah, we're just... Opponent has a Plague Nurse. So at least we can block this one. No, but now we are missing mana. Actually, no, we can just... Lock this now, try again. Yeah, the fact that this is not this, well, it's 2 mana, there is no way they're making a straight mana rock. Opponent goes charge of the mites, takes that out. Okay, that's fine. Gets hit for a little. Still missing mana though. I will just play the Mandible Justiciar just to have a blocker. But yeah, missing our land drops is a big pain. Porcelain Zealot. This is the only thing that has Toxic, so... Oh, but wait. This is an ETB, right? Okay, we take the hit. Can't really do anything about that. Okay, finally hit our 4th land. We can... play the Splitter. I'm going to swing in with this one, because that's still 3 life whether they trade or not. We are a bit on Razor's Edge here though. Gold Warden Helm. Yeah, that is a solid draw. If our opponent swings with, oh, it's beginning combat. If our opponent swings with that, I am willing to take. Yeah, but we now need to ping this one. So Mesmerizing Dose is not going to do it. It is going to have to be Volt Charge. Wait, please don't tell me that is a 1 mana trick. It is a 1 mana trick. Oh, come on. Okay, well, we'll just have... That's annoying. Because Mesmerizing Dose does not turn this off per se. Yeah, our opponent Okay, let's say I do block. I'm gonna block the Proliferate creature because that gets annoying over time. Blade of Shared Souls doesn't quite do it. It does give us a 2/2, so yeah, we really need that 5th mana. Anyway, we'll just play the Blade of Shared Souls as a poor old creature. It gives us a blocker of sorts, but yeah, this is very dangerous now. This has flash. Why? Yeah, we're gonna lose this one. So we are forced to block. Yeah, we did not hit our 5th mana. We really needed it quite a while ago. At least we got a second retrofitter. But yeah, our aggression kind of fizzled there. There were times that we could have played the dose. Yeah, probably we could have played the dose once or twice, but yeah, this is not looking very good. We can concede this easily. We don't have enough blockers for the rest of the crew. Yikes, that was sad. But we can't win. We can't win them all. In this case, I can blame it on that 5th land. It is an argument for not having too many top end creatures. Though let's do a sanity check on how many top end creatures we actually have. 3, 4, 5, 6. That might be one too many if you think of it. Like we have 2. Like the Furnace Strider is an easy cut here. I don't exactly have a better, but I don't have a better replacement in this case. I guess I could put an Axiom Engineer, although it does put pressure on our mana. That might not be the worst thing to do. Yeah, let's do a quick sub here. An argument can also be for putting the prologue to Phyrexia in also, but we kind of want to have an extra creature. We could add the 3-drop. Forge Hammer Centurion is still a 3/2, though I think we need to churn through our deck even more. We're adding the Axiom Engraver back in. So but we've done 2 drafts already, but both times we've had to change one of our colors. The first one we started out on red, green, we want, and then going green, white. This one needs a third land, doesn't have an artifact for Unctus, will mulligan. I'm willing to mulligan because our opponent mulliganed also. Mull twice, we will. Okay, we can bin this slinger here. Mull 3 times. They do have a sane deck, so I don't get what. Are they just digging for Crawling Horrors turn 1? Okay, no, they did not have the Horrors turn 1. Now I feel bad for binning the Shrapnel Slinger. There's some Blight Belly Rat. Okay. Don't tell our opponent we just drew that card. So turn 3 Gold Warden's Helm, that'll give us a blocker in time. Opponents, then we can go Unctus's Retrofitter start hitting for 6. So we have a plan that way. Yeah, having cheap removal. Okay, this might not be the best because there are ways out of this, but like we saw a while ago, if our opponent just aims for the Rebel, it's fine. Because we can still get our 6. Yeah, aim for the Rebel. That's fine. We get a poison counter, but that's not the worst thing to happen to us. I'm actually glad we got these late equipment. Opponent might just be chock full of removal here. Like if they take out Retrofitter, it's sad. If it's just another Vraska's Fall, we can just sack the Helm instead. We'll still have a 2/3. They clearly have a play. This does not have Death Touch, it just proliferates. Okay. Okay, that is one way to do it. So next turn we're probably going to go Atlas Fold Up Augury until we can hit something better. Well, we hit the Prophetic Prism. Yeah, we'll play the Prism first because that nets us the card right away. Got the quick silver. I'll play the Atlas now. Opponent is also survived living off the top of their deck, so not the Basilisk. Sure. Yeah, I say we Volt Charge now. Because it's not necessarily going to get better. We only have 3 mana still, so we're probably just gonna cast Experimental Augury. Okay. Opponent might be holding on to removal, but I can't really do anything. Well, I can draw cards. There is that. There's an we'll take another Retrofitter. Shame we're wasting all that Proliferate, but I can't complain. Let's see, I'm pretty sure our opponent just has more removal. In which case, yeah, fine. That's again not the worst outcome. It's sad losing 2 creatures for the price of 1, but I'm willing to play this now because we already discard the card. Oh wait, might as well. Let's see if our opponent just top decks another Annihilating Glare. My gosh, that will be so annoying. No, they did not. They ran out. We finally got there. How many creatures did we play all in all? Retrofitter. Yeah, our opponent was doing one. It also helped us that our opponent mulliganed really aggressively. I have no idea why. They might have a really big top end. It's all the usual case. Also is first hand all lands of one color, spells of another color. Second hand, kind of the same thing. I've even had hands where it's kind of back to back. The same hand, plus or minus a few cards. So sometimes that's just how it rolls. Our opponent did very well considering how far they were catching up from. Okay, this one's easy. We have a double blue, but we can go for the blue here. The reason being is that if I need the white right away, I just play the Mirrex. That's our white. If I don't need the White Belly Rat. Okay, in this case, we don't need it right away, so we're going to just vote this, proliferate. Opponent, do you want to give us a counter? Did not expect it. Let's see what our opponent's next drop is though. So Rat King. Did they draft the all rat deck? This is kind of a trap. They're not. Yep, figured that much. So what am I more likely to draw? I am more likely to draw blue. So I'm gonna go with white first. No, I can do draw discard. I can also just play this. Yeah, let's play this creature. Let's start getting some aggro in. This might be a mistake. Don't get me wrong. Our opponent being so confident in mono black should be an indicator that they must have a relatively good draft. No, we called wrong. They actually did. And we have to be careful with this because this is discard and draw. But we can swing with the Shrapnel Slinger. Let's see if our opponent's willing to trade it. They might have the one mana trick. Sure, if it gets it out of the way, it gets it out of the way. But that was not the worst outcome. Opponent's hitting on. We could start making mites, but again, not the worst. It actually encourages us to block the Hive Master if it gets to that, so opponent's not going for it. Now I'm gonna swing with this one first, see if our opponent trades. And how much is to equip? That's the thing. 3 mana to equip, so it's fine. We can actually equip into here. Now note that, especially when we saw the last combat, Annihilating Glare is still very possible. Vraska's Fall. Okay, that was annoying. So we're gonna start getting mited out. Yeah, we have to play this one. Hopefully we don't. Okay, land is not the worst. Now I'm trying to avoid Corrupted, so I'm actually not going to swing with that. I'm gonna actually swing with this instead. It still provides enough damage, especially if our opponent is breaking. No, we're not gonna spend the Mesmerizing Dose on that. And we can do that end of turn. I'm just trying to avoid getting Corrupted because it turns on their Anoint with Affliction. Correction Obliterator. Thank goodness we have a Mesmerizing Dose. Oh, I actually forgot to make a token. Now, okay, so now they're getting actual blockers. They really want to get us corrupted on that. They might do the Annihilating. Okay, now we make an additional token. So now we have a bit of a combat trick here. Every time we make a token, since it's an artifact. So this is for... Yeah, again, we're trying to avoid turning it on, so let's try not to turn it on. Yeah, give up the small one, it's fine. We're kinda trying to win by damage anyway. Our opponent has played enough lands that they are bound to have something. And no, they're still playing lands. I am really tempted to swing with this one next turn. But if I don't have to, I won't. Yeah, no, you don't have to, Ovika. Yeah, now we can press. That said, well, yeah, we have Yeah, our opponent really flooded out. That's like 10 lands. We managed to dodge corrupted. That's so yeah. So the next game is definitely gonna be our last one. I think that's we're at 6 wins already. So last game can be our win or out. Either way, I'm really happy with how it's gone. Yeah, yeah, Ovika is the bomb rare, but you need to survive long enough to land Ovika. Having all the removal, having the early gameplay that if you don't win with it, you can still survive long enough. That's kind of how it goes. The 2 games we lost were 2 really aggressive starts. Yeah, we are not the aggressive deck here, and we cannot keep this. We are forced to keep this. I don't have to like keeping it, but okay. Shared Souls is gonna be the weakest one here. So we're gonna play this as we're gonna sack this for white because that is our second most common color. That gives us room for a synthesizer. Next turn we go for Atlas. I am a bit concerned about running Retrofitter on Atlas, but you know, it is what it is. I don't know, Shrapnel Sling. I'll swing first. Opponent's most likely just gonna take it. So yeah, all these situations require me to play this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Yeah, we'll play the Shrapnel Slinger first. We could sack this to take this out. It gives our opponent another card. Yeah, why not? Yeah, it's not a great trade-off, but we'll see. Our opponent is playing white-blue. We'll see if they're able to convert on this. The worst case scenario is just another Retrofitter. That's actually fine. So since we can play this safely, they have their own Retrofitter. So now the game truly begins. If I can hit the Volt Charge, speak of the devil. No, I can actually just cast this first, then Volt Charge. Though there is an argument for swinging first so that our opponent blocks, but I kind of want to swing with both. Yeah, they're just going to trade off our card. Now let's see what their next drop is after that. We actually Atmosphere Surgeon gains flying. Okay, they did have the Mesmerizing Dose. So this one's locked down. Not the worst thing to happen. We have our own Mesmerizing Dose. Do we want to use it on the Surgeon? Actually, I kind of just want to swing. Then I can decide between... I kind of actually want to just start making tokens. Yeah, I forgot. Mirex is actually our other rare. Yeah. Also, it turns on Phyrexia Atlas if you can get there. Ooh, that might be a problem. Oh wait, we can turn it off. It's actually a good rare. Well, good uncommon. Now we have Blade of Shared Souls, but it doesn't really do much. Because I can copy this, it just copies this a 2/2, so I'm actually going to just wait. And we can actually start draining our opponent now, so Altar is an alternate plan. White Sun's Twilight. Ooh, they did have an alternate plan. So yeah, we're probably gonna lose just off that. Might as well tap this, turn that. Yeah, we can. Oh, there's a Prophetic Prism. Let's see what we hit off this. Nope, another island. Yeah, we need to have a blocker. But this is still threatening. Yeah, can't complain too much. Our opponent just we tried to win off. Well, we didn't try to win off the back of our rear yet, but our opponent is trying to win off the back of theirs. If I hit Ovika, I don't know if it's gonna land on time. I will need to have the Drumming Bird also annoying. Anyway. Also, how did they gain life? Or was I? Oh no, I was probably that far off. Well, we have our own Watcher, so that is another blocker. Don't really need to play that one. But yeah, we are on block mode. If our opponent has removal for any... Because we're getting 4 counters no matter the situation here. +1/+1. So we're now in... But this... Whenever this creature becomes tapped, so this will get tapped. I might have to draw a card. Like, I am forced to block 2 of these. And our opponent can get +2/+. Wait. Why did they not activate? That's target +1/+1 creature. Kind of nuked out. No, there's a Mesmerizing Dose, but that's kind of late. Yep, we flooded out that. There's no way we're winning there. Well, in the end, it's White Sun's Twilight, so we got wrecked by we just got wrecked by a rare. It happens. To be fair, I've been doing it to a few of our opponents as well, so can't complain too much about it. It is what it is. But hey, 6 wins is still pretty good, all things considered. We'll take it. Yeah, cash it in. We got more than our entry fee back, so not too bad. And let's just cash in these packs. That's going to be it for this episode of Magic Arena Run. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on notifications and whatnot. Many thanks to Jericho Lagan, Joe Mariaon, Philip MGBO. Thank you for... This would have been nice. Modrak would have been nice. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for sharing your moments of triumph. Even though it may not be my moment of triumph, but I'm still glad that you guys have your moment as well. I believe everyone deserves their moment. Well, and it's just pretty much an encouragement that we just keep doing our best no matter what. And still, I would say that the haul is pretty nice altogether. Nice rare wild card. So yeah, there we go. That's gonna be it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you guys again next time. Take care, God bless, stay safe wherever you are. Have a great week, everyone.